Inaccurate Portrayal. Strong women don't play victim. Don't make themselves look pitiful, and don't point fingers. They stand and they deal with it. Mandy Hall. Good morning, everyone. When you watch a movie, what do you normally want to see? A touching love story? A sci-fi movie? Or the same old shtick of boy saves girl, boy sleeps with girl? This has been going on countless amounts of times, and it's important for me to talk about this because I've seen so many movies where women are stereotyped. I'm here today to say that women in movies are portrayed as weak. Firstly, we see this in action movies, and secondly, in horror. Let me begin to tell you how we see this in action. In the first Batman movie, 1989, Vicky Vale is a news reporter that's Batman saved from being mugged. Now, it's understandable that she'd be screaming like crazy. She's being mugged. But she doesn't try to run away, nor does she try and fight back. That's the problem. Normally, in a situation like that, I think most of you here would try and do something, no matter how scared you are. Maybe it'd be trying to throw a punch or just run. But not her. And this goes on throughout the whole movie. She's considered to be the pure definition of a damsel in distress. Now, this was in 1989. Still to this day, you have movies like Batman still, Superman, and Spider-Man that still use mostly weak lead female roles. In movies, like I've said, there's very rarely a man in distress. It's always a damsel in distress. In the James Bond movies, James is trying to stop the bad guy, whoever that can be. But when there's a girl involved, he sleeps with her for information and then completely forgets about her. Like, hello, at least do something about it. Most of the time, this happens right after a funeral. I think most of you here would need time to adjust. If a loved one of yours just died, not go from being asleep with someone, like, hello. But this brings me to my second point. Horror movies. Horror movies, I'm sure we've all seen a few, but here's one in general. Friday the 13th, the very first one being precise, 1980. Jason Voorhees is the monster of the movie who goes to summer camp to kill everyone there. Now, one of the camp counselors has a knife, and she's a girl. Now, a girl in a horror movie, what's gonna happen? Is she gonna A, defend herself, or B, hide and scream?
What would you do?
If you answer B, you're correct. She has a knife. I thought to myself she might defend herself. No, she drops it and screams for help. When you're in a scenario like this, your brain triggers a fight or flight response. Fight means to deal with the problem in any way you can. Or flight, run away as fast as you can, run to the hills. But this doesn't happen. If flight doesn't work, you fight. And fighting doesn't necessarily mean violence, it can just be negotiating. But this doesn't even happen. She sits there, screams, "Oh no, help!" and she gets an axe in the face. Excuse my graphic imagery. But I can't understand why this happens. And still to this day, Poltergeist and many other bad horror movies still do this. Now, to address the opposition, I do know there are some good, strong female leads. You have Ripley, Ellen Ripley from the Alien movies. You have Furiosa from Mad Max. You have many of these characters. But Ellen Ripley, she does show that she needs help. She is against aliens that have acid for saliva and have a tongue that's another mouth. I'd be so terrified, I just put one in my head. I couldn't take the heat. And I think some of you would just cry, to be honest. She does cry, but she deals with it in any way she can. She gets help, but doesn't hide behind someone, doesn't act like a victim for 90% of the movie, like most of these female leads do. So next time you're gonna go see a movie, think to yourself, will this be something new and innovative brought to the table? Maybe a woman saving a guy once more, even though this doesn't happen too much. Or the same thing we've seen countless times repeating like a broken record. Thanks for your time.